Peace and blessings that everybody can hear the sound of my voice, and I hope you pass those peace and blessings on to those that can't. So, I'm here today because I hadn't done it in a while. This lighting was great. I said I got the glow. I feel the power. Right now, 9-day water fast, day number 1. Just had my 34th birthday yesterday. Let me, if I could just get this focus going. And we back. So, just had my 34th, and um, I wanted to do a fast, something to clean out the body. You know, obviously I've been here for 34 years. I do fasts, not that often, maybe once, twice a year, and it's just that time. So, water cleanse, fast. I'm going to be drinking some distilled water right now because that's what I had, and I'm still thinking whether I should add, tea included or lemons and vinegar, things like that. But right now, I'm just gonna do this distilled and some spring water, with higher alkaline levels. Um, so, in connecting the dots, what I do, I hadn't dropped anything on Jay-Z, but let's do it now. So, Jay-Z, Jigga Man, Sean Carter, Hova. Let's see where to start. We'll start with the best of both worlds. So, Hova Man in the best of both worlds was with R. Kelly, collaborating, and going on tour. Now, if you hadn't seen my R. Kelly spiel, go watch it. I'll be sure to set the notifications, subscribe and like if you do. But I always love comments as well, so if you don't do any of those other things, please comment. I'd love to hear from you and to further the discussion and conversation, right? So, best of both worlds, touring with R. Kelly, Hova, R. Kelly, Jigga Man, the Aura. And as I talked about in the last video, I said that R. Kelly was the gateway for the, I believe, for the pedophilia ring, because the pedophilia ring is some disgusting shit, yes, but also it's the dirt that those in power need to have in order to empower you, right? So if you won't do these dastardly deeds, then you can't elevate yourself in their circles. So, as we've seen with Jay-Z and R. Kelly, it brought the worlds together, best of both worlds, and since then, Jay-Z has been continuing to elevate his status onto billionaire status, right? Now, billionaire status doesn't happen overnight. first you got to have companies, but first you have to have business savvy. Now, Hova, Jay-Z, he was never the savvy guy that people like to make him out to be. Like, oh, he makes business moves. He doesn't really. He makes he signs contracts for his employment. You know, simple and plain. After Dame Dash, right? Because Dame Dash brought Hova to his blossoming into what we know as Jay-Z, right? Before it was just Sean Carter, he was Jaz-O's protege, right? So when Dame Dash, being the affluent businessman and entrepreneur that he is, he kicked in the door, waving a 4-4, and made people pay attention. And then the moves that he was making, he made so many strategical moves. I cannot speak more highly of Dame Dash because he set out the blueprint as far as well, I'm not gonna say set out the blueprint, but he held true to the blueprint. The blueprint was get artists, get a company, get your merchandise, movies, do everything you can to maximize your talent and your position. See, Rockefeller was an empire, and they brought empires down. Now, everybody says that Jay-Z works for the cops, and truth be told, he could, and he also could be aligned with the families that are known as what people say are the Illuminati. And I'm not gonna say he's with the families. Obviously, he's not that big, because we can count his money, obviously, right? So when you are a family, you can't count your money. You can't count your money. The privately owned banks and institutions, like the Federal Reserve Bank, that is a central bank for America, they have investors and people that make up the pool of money in which our economy runs off of. So their money makes our money at back. You know what I'm saying? So it's not backed by any gold, or it's backed by the word that these families have enough money to ensure that our money is good, if that makes sense. So Hove was in position to be a leader of a crew. Now, Hova has always, I should say Jay-Z. People may think I'm talking about God. Jay-Z has always took what he can and keep moving. You know what I mean? All right. This was fun for a second. Rockefeller was all good, but I gotta keep moving. I can't stay stagnant, and I can't be overshadowed by the people under me. Right? So if you think about it, Beanie Siegel was definitely that new voice of the streets, following in DMX's, kind of notoriety, as well as Young Guns, coming up as well. So as he left Rockefeller, he left on top and allowing everybody else to crumble. So definitely kind of shady when you let the family go, the familia. But then um, he made moves to be the president of Def Jam, which was really just a paycheck for him, but um, it got him into being known as some kind of businessman, right? Because you were a president of a company. But being that president, though, there was no moves made, there were no strategic strategies implemented in order to make the business more profitable. Um, so it was just for namesake. So now we fast forward and say, all right, well, Jay-Z has been a president of a company, um, owner of Tidal. You know, he started the Tidal company, which was possibly a venture that someone mentioned to him, and he just signed off on it. Said, all right, I'll do this with other people, so I won't incur full loss. But that happened there. The Knicks, by the Nets, excuse me, went to Brooklyn. He was the face of that venture, got a bag from that. So, as we can see, Jay-Z has never been savvy enough to make the moves on his own. He's never, you've never seen Jay-Z start something. He's never been a creator. He's always been someone that people go to for use. You know, people use Jay-Z, which, I mean, in essence, everybody gets used, but Jay-Z is like a token to the elite at this point. So they say, all right, well, who can we get to play ball? Who can we get to, and when I say elite, I mean the boule. Who can we get to round up or corral the black youth or the black intellectuals, the woke niggas? Like, who can we get in order to do a distraction bit? Who can we get to do a rallying cry? You know, how, because when you think about it, Jay-Z has been he's never really been a someone in the political arena, nor has he been someone that championed causes. The guy who hung himself out there, being falsely in prison for 4 years, he piggybacked that, right? Grabbing that man's coattail, and really didn't do anything for him. You know what I mean? Like, he hung himself in his mother's apartment right outside the window. This is one man, and Jay-Z could have put him in luxury hotels for a year. He hung himself like 9 months after he got out, or maybe, I don't know, it could have been 14. But one man, you could have, if you still have friends, could have allowed him to meet with Kanye West, with all the celebrities, really taking his mind off of it, really opening the door for this young man to go, all right, we know your life's been hard, but I'm going to, you know, show you something so marvelous, you know, as far as the other side of the fence, you know, and really just bring you into a world unseen by most. But he didn't do that, you know. Obviously, he said, "Man, I got your back, bruh. Stay up. You know, anything you need, call me." And then he went out on national television and said, "It's a travesty what's happening with this young man. It's a travesty. Anybody can listen to me. It's a travesty. Yeah. We got to do something better. We got to do something for people like this instead of actually doing something for the person." And then it hit really good when he was able to align himself with Meek Mill's and his cause. So now we have an artist that's going through legal issues. Um, so let me just bandwagon on that. Let me just piggyback off of that. And this has been the strategy that is used to be an influencer, to be in the political arena. You know what I mean? So um, Al Sharpton, he's too far removed. Excuse me. Obama is relatively silent, as he should be, because obviously he's enjoying life to the fullest. But he has things going on, and I could touch on that, but not in this video. Maybe some other time. But it's just so much information out there that you probably already acquired. But so we have Jay-Z piggybacking off of the trials of others, and then publicly talk about his outrage with the NFL. Talk about his outrage with the conditions of prison, industrial complex, and whatever. But he invests in the prisons. But he also told people not to do the halftime show, to leverage himself to be able to influence the halftime show. And it's actionable items like this for social injustices that really plateau him, also with $1 billion, to a level that is I guess it's undeniable. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, Jay-Z, he's doing all of this, he's doing all of that. You know, he's a great businessman, he's a great philanthropist, he's a great speaker for the rights of humans and the culture and blah blah blah. But is he? Dame Dash said he was a snake, and I tend to believe him, because I've never heard of Dame Dash being anything but an asshole. True to form. Snakes are slippery, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. How Jay-Z, after the best of both worlds, where he got his dirt from R. Kelly and whatever kind of, because he was going after Aaliyah. He had Foxy Brown on the camp when she was 16 years old. So it's rumors out there about it. But like I said, after he got his dirt to be elevated, he got his color of blue, which is if you ever go into a fragrance department, just look how many perfumes and colognes are labeled blue. All right. Look at the blue is something Masonic, um, and his endeavors, you know, have not been calculated by him. You know what I mean? Whether it's a 40/40 club, whether it's anything that he's affiliated with, it's always presented to him, and he's pulled the trigger on it. Obviously, yes, but he hasn't done the research. He hasn't seen the cause and effects. He hasn't really put the work in. He's only a puppet, and when you become a puppet to the elite, and this is not even the elite. This is the boule. The boule work for the elite, so you work for the workers. You know what I mean? But I mean, you're still a billionaire, yeah, but you work for the workers. And now they got dirt on you. And now they gonna have control over you for the rest of your life because you played ball. And that's what Jay-Z shows. He plays ball. I will do what you command. I am a worker. He is the top puppet of the boule. Now, obviously, there are families in the boule that control its puppets, and the boule is not at the table, but they're under the table. Part of the outer circle, which is directly in tied to the inner circle of 12. So you got the 12 and you got the outer ring, but well, you got the middle ring, center ring, and then the outer ring, and then go from there. Yeah, I don't know what else can be said, but that's Jay-Z in a nutshell, connecting the dots. Thank you. Have a great one.